I thought I would just come on and be face to face with you with messaging. Um, enjoyed I have enjoyed talking to you through our social media posts, and I've been sort of absent probably visually. I've had people send me messages, Alesha, where's the podcast? Well, if you listen to the last episode, it was our season finale. But what I've really been doing is taking time to nurture my soul. I've been taking time to just give myself self-care. I'm taking time to nurture myself. I'm taking time to do those things I love. I'm taking time to reinvest in myself. And that's pretty much the message I wanted to bring to you today. One thing about life is it's not promised to anyone. And it doesn't matter what celebrity event happens where they die or what tragic event happens in life. That's life. But the point is, especially in American culture, we have been taught that being busy it's a good thing. But what I find is so many people, and myself actually included, are high functioning. Some of us have been through some traumas. Some of us have been through some life-altering changes, and we've done what culturally we were always taught to do. Just keep going. Just keep pressing. Just keep moving. Be a part of everything. Be a part, if you're not creating a movement, be a part of a movement. And you know what? While there are seasons for that, a lot of times that's not true. Sometimes we are so actively involved in everything that we're not even hearing our voice. We're not living our true passions. We're not doing what we are purposed and called to do. We're doing a lot of great things, and we might be blessing a lot of people, but that wasn't what we were designed to do. And more importantly, one of the things that we're doing, if we're wrapped up in that, is we're not even taking time out sometimes to hear the voice of God. And if you can't hear the voice of God, you are really one of the poorest persons on the planet. Doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter how many people are getting benefit. That's just noise. If you cannot hear God's voice and be led by Him and hear what the next move is, not what you're capable of. Because a lot of us are extremely gifted and talented, and you're capable of so much, and you can do so much. But I found that I was at a point where I was just functioning on exhaustion. And I had been doing it quite well. And I started looking at some things in my life and going back through the moments, going back through time and realizing, in my trauma and the battles that I overcame, I was learning how to be high functioning. And so were my challenges. I was learning how to master high functioning anxiety, how to be a master at, being highly functional and not getting sleep. And things like that are what we see in society when people are high-functioning alcoholics or they're high-functioning addicts. So I just took a time to pause. And that's one of the things I want to share with you today real briefly. When you take a time to nurture yourself and pause, you don't need to make an announcement. You don't need to explain to people what you're doing. I think we've become the society, especially with social media, we got to tell everybody everything. Oh, yeah, we're going to go on vacation, but then I have to tell you when I'm going on vacation, and then I have to tell you where I'm going, and then I have to tell you my agenda. You don't have to tell anybody anything. If you feel yourself in a crisis mode, or may not be a crisis mode, I would prefer it would be before you're having a crisis. But if you feel the need to press pause, press pause. No announcement needed. If you feel the need to get out of certain environments, if you feel the need to cut certain relationships, cut your ties to certain relationships that are not healthy to you, you don't always have to explain that. Because the grand scheme of it, the end goal is that you thrive. And with different seasons, different occurrences, different things we live through, different things happen to the best of us. So I want to encourage people, this is a new year. It's a new season. And honestly, every day we should be looking at new mercies, new grace. So it can be a new year, new season every single day if that's how you choose to look at it. You don't need to wait to another new year or another new month. I just pray and hope that we all do a better job of self-care. We all do a better job of pausing, feeding our spirits, and being able to hear the voice of God. Because it's okay to support everyone else. It's okay to see everybody else doing all of these different things. But it's not okay to feel like you're lazy or you're insignificant or you're not valuable because you're not on that Ferris wheel with them. If that's what they're called to do, or if that's even just what they choose to do, that's their choice. But you're in charge of your life and making the best decisions for you and those that God would purpose you to serve. So be the master of that. I'm really hoping that we can lead a movement where people are more the master of their own self-care and their own joy and happiness and fulfillment than always rushing to do things that they think will please everybody else, or the what I call photo ops, or always being present. Some of us have mastered being supporters, and we're always at this person's event, and we're always hosting this, and we're always, doing these things to add value to the community. And I'm not telling you to stop that, but sometimes we do it so much to be busy that we don't even look at how much are those people supporting you. How many events are you going to, and when you're doing one, they don't even show up? Sometimes we have frustration because we feel like we don't have the support we need. But honestly, did you have a reciprocating relationship? Or was this just part of your nervous energy and things that you were doing because you felt the need to support everybody? You felt the need to be the hero, or you felt the need to be relevant. You had to always be seen and always be a part of that Ferris wheel. Me personally, you live and learn. I choose quality over quantity. So I choose to be a part of certain things. There's some new things I was involved in at the beginning of this year. I loved it. I loved the experience. I loved the value it gave to me. So I can go forward with the things that God has purposed me to do. That also came with some feelings that I had to release of not being a part of those things I'm known for being a part of, not going to every event. If I got 25 invitations, I told them in one of the classes, I might have went to 3 during the holiday season. I was so happy at that. I enjoyed myself at those 3. I made connections with the people I was meant to make connection with at those 3. I was able to be myself and have an awesome time. And those other 22, I didn't go to. And it wasn't that I didn't like the people. It wasn't that the event wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for me to be there. And I wish them the best, thank them for the invitation, but just didn't come. And we're going into this year. I'm going to close with this. I also want you to take away that you are a brand. So, it's one thing when we're striving and you're new to this thing and you're trying to do things and you're trying to build momentum, trying to be seen, trying to increase your visibility and maybe profitability as far as a business or a venture or partnership or nonprofit. But remember that you yourself are a brand. So now it's like I'm at the point, it's nice to get invitations sometimes. I'm part of the thing where people will just give me things for free. They just want me to show up. But why is that? Because they see a value in you. And they're hoping your tribe, or they're hoping the people that are connected to you or people that like what you represent would come if they put you on the roster. And I can tell you a lot of those things I don't show up at. Because you have to think about, is your ideal audience there? And I think this is where in life a lot of times we get it twisted. There's so many people that are going to be there. Well, yeah, a lot of people can be there, but that doesn't mean they're your ideal people. Sometimes you're a part of something where there's going to be a massive number of people there, but those are not your people. Sometimes I think, especially entrepreneurs that I've seen, you feel the need to be there because, oh my God, there's going to be so many people there, and they said, they would give me a free table and I can get business. But what I always think of is, what does my brand represent? What do I represent? And I can tell you, some of these things I just had a weird feeling about. And then after I saw what occurred, yeah, that's why I didn't show up. That's why it wasn't meant for me to show up. Because although there were a great number of people there, I just thought about the brand and how embarrassing it would be for the people that we serve and the people we desire to serve for our brand to be associated with those things. Well, the same thing with you. You're a brand. So you have to be mindful of where you're showing up, what they're doing at those places you're showing up. I mean, to me, it would be the same thing, and this is, I'm exaggerating just so you can see the magnitude of what I'm trying to say, but it would be the same thing if you're a devout Christian showing up to a Satanist party. They're celebrating the devil. Do you really belong there? I mean, what do you really hope to gain there? If it's a witchcraft, it's a Wicca association, why would you go there? Those are not your people. That's not what you believe in. That's not your foundation. And it can be their convention. There can be thousands of people there. And whatever you serve or whatever you sell, maybe you get a lot of customers. But if that's where you really belong, is that your belief system or those the people you want to serve? No. Then why are you going just because of the numbers? So yeah, that's my thing. I hope in 2020 we can be more mindful of ourselves first. You know, we serve God first. God within us comes second. So being respectful of the God that's within us, being respectful of the God we serve, and being respectful of what we are purposed to do. If you keep those things at the forefront, you can't go wrong. So just a quick message, and of course, quick is never quick with me most of the time. But wanted to just say hello, why I had this moment, tap back into you, and I will tell you, it might appear like I'm going off the grid again because there's going to be a hoist of things that are coming forth. Yes, I made up the word hoist as far as how I'm using it. But there's going to be a plethora of things that are launching and coming forward that I'm involved in, that you'll see my name on. Some of them you won't see my name on. So always active, always doing things behind the scene, always doing things internationally. Everything doesn't have to have my name on it, and I don't have to announce everything. I do less announcements these days, but very much active, very much paying attention to your responses on social media, your messages, your emails. I've appreciated different calls. Some of you have really been great at making referrals as far as the publishing company or business strategy. So we've enjoyed. Thank you. If I haven't personally thanked you already, thank you for the people you've been referring. So just this morning, I was taking a couple of those phone calls. I love people that are serious, that are ready to go. And because they're friends of yours, referrals of yours, they trust you. So thank you for continuing to support the brand and trusting us, and not even knowing the next things we're releasing and the next launches that are coming. But I'm always grateful for just the ability to exercise my God-given gift and to serve. And to just connect with people. We're still doing that, even though you don't always see us at everything. So thank you for that. I hope you're having a joy-filled day. And if I say anything, be true to yourself. There's always going to be the numbers. There's always going to be the crowds. But make sure that you're true to yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because you know what? If you're exhausted, if you're not practicing self-care, if you're not true to God's purpose for your life, you're not going to be effective. And you're going to be exhausted. You're going to run yourself down. And you're not going to live your optimum life. And we're not living our optimum life as God has designed. What's the point? So, with that being said, I'm going to log off now because I can talk forever. But there's 50,000 things to do. So, as always, you can continue to connect with me here. You can continue to connect with me at thejoyguru.net. And I promise, we are coming back. As far as podcasting, matter of fact, I'll let you in on a secret since you're here. We do have a podcast interview that I probably will share with you in March. We'll be doing it with a multimillionaire millennial. And the information she has to share, it's going to be pretty dynamic. And I'll share with you some of the new changes to that platform that are coming. But as always, be blessed. Have a joy-filled day. And love you guys. Talk to you soon. From Alesha Brown, the Joy Guru. Bye-bye.